Hello everyone, this is the Scrimmage Studio, Studio 1 here at BBC Radio Norfolk, and we have some news about what's going to happen to the scrimmage. We are a metre apart, I think, aren't we? Or has it got to be 2 metres?
I've borrowed some ref spray, so it's on the floor to make sure that we don't get too close to one another, in line with all the advice at the moment.
Yeah, well, we know times are hard for everyone at the minute, and believe you me, us two hate doing videos. So this is difficult times for us because we hate doing videos. We've definitely got faces for radio, but we thought the good people of Norfolk and beyond who love the scrimmage would need an update. So Chris is going to tell us what we're going to do.
Well, we're taking a leaf out of Match of the Day's book. Instead of the scrimmage, we've got Ken Brown's boys on tonight at 6 o'clock. No, not really.
Steady.
No, exactly. That's got so much reaction, hasn't it? Clearly, it's difficult for us to do a live scrimmage on the radio at 6 o'clock at the moment for many reasons. Partly because here at BBC Local Radio, we are having to respond to everything that's going on in the news at the moment. So doing a football programme at 6 o'clock is difficult enough when there's no football anyway. So when it's in the middle of Matthew Coaching's tea time programme, he needs that extra time to bring you the very latest news. So that's what's going to happen on Thursdays at 6 o'clock. But the scrimmage isn't disappearing. We're going to move the scrimmage, or at least a form of it, to Saturday afternoons, where we still have our regular Saturday sport programme, even without any Norwich City. So Rob's going to be here every Saturday, and I'll be popping up alongside him with a little bit of a scrimmage flavour. And this is where you come in, trying to get my head round exactly how this is affecting everybody at the moment. I think one of the most startling facts for me, Rob, has been that you imagine Carrow Road full on a match day, 27,000 people there. I've spoken to Norwich City Football Club this week. They tell me that of their season ticket holders, 6,000 of them are over the age of 60. So that shows you that the people you see every match day, the people that sit near you at Carrow Road, many of them are in for a trying few weeks ahead, because we know what the advice is. If you're in those most vulnerable groups, it is to isolate as much as possible. So there are a lot of people that we're used to seeing at Carrow Road on a Saturday afternoon who will not be able to go out and mix with their friends.
Absolutely. And I saw a tweet from James Maddison yesterday saying how he misses football, and of course he does because he plays football. How Todd Cantwell's been playing FIFA with people, he's been challenging people to PlayStation games. You know, we all miss football, but at this time it's more important for us to stay as a community, to stick together, to help each other. And you know, I've spoken to lots of Norwich fans and they're already missing football and they're already looking forward to it coming back, and we don't exactly know when that's going to be. But the most important thing is to look after each other and be there for each other.
So what we thought we'd do is really throw it open to you, and particularly to those Norwich fans who are missing their football and not able to do anything else at the moment. So if you've got a relative who goes to Carrow Road regularly and is over the age of 60 or is in one of these vulnerable groups, tell us about them. We'll have a chat with them. We'll even get them on the radio and on the scrimmage and on the podcast to tell their Norwich City stories, because we want them to know that the Norwich City community, which is brilliant, which is really strong, hasn't forgotten about all those people that maybe you only see on a match day at Carrow Road, but they are having hard times at the moment. So if you've got a relative or a friend that you want us to give a mention to and you think they'd be great at coming on the radio and just talking about some of their Norwich City heroes, some of the things that they've seen at Carrow Road down the years, we'd love to hear from you. Rob's going to tell you how to get in touch in a moment. And if you're not in that vulnerable age group, if you're like me and Rob and you are missing your football, we thought we'd open something called the Scrimmage School. Now, there are lots of young people who are not going to be able to go to school for the next few weeks, which I'm sure...
Well, Todd Cantwell, he can't. I mean, he's going to be climbing the walls, bless Todd. He's already beaten everyone at PlayStation FIFA, so
I'm sure they're devastated, all the young people of Norfolk. But we thought, what a good opportunity, in the absence of anything new happening, to go back over some of the great Norwich City stories of the past and teach the junior Canaries all about some of the things that they won't know about. Last week's scrimmage, Steve Gedge was on, and he told us that great story about how Coventry played 3 games in 1985 after the season had finished. Against Everton, yeah, one of them, and actually relegated Norwich like that. So any of those sort of great forgotten Norwich stories, we'd love to hear from you about those. And if you just want to pay tribute to any of the Norwich City fans who are in that more vulnerable age group, who we could give a mention to, and this might apply if you're in the capital Canaries or you're not in Norfolk and you're watching this and listening to us, or you're in a supporters group that's not based in Norfolk, tell us about your parents, your grandparents, your friends, your relatives who are here in Norfolk and might appreciate a mention on the radio and on the Scrimmage podcast. That is I think, the best way to keep the Norwich City spirit going, even though there's no football.
Yeah, it really is. Over to you. Give us a shout. You know where we are on social media, or on Instagram, or on Facebook. We're going to put these videos out all across the social medias. You can also email thescrimmage@bbc.co.uk. That's thescrimmage@bbc.co.uk. And we just want to speak to Norwich fans, as we always do. We love it. You know, we're missing Canary Call. Chris is missing walking around Carrow Road like we always do, and saying hello to all the great fans at Norwich. And we want to get you on the radio and give a shout out to all the heroes out there that can't get to football anymore, and maybe if one of your relatives works at the NHS or someone like that and is a big Norwich City fan, we'd love to give them a herogram as well. So get in touch, let us know, and most of all, stay safe out there. It won't be too long, hopefully, before football's back and we can go back to normal, but in the meantime, we're here for you to make sure we spread the good word.
How long do you think it'll be into the first game back that people start to go, when someone
But
misplaces
what
the
about
pass?
when we first get a corner and someone said, I mean, we miss that now, don't we? We never score from corners. I'm already missing that.
all the
Norwich,
catchphrases. We'll be here with you with a slightly different sound to the scrimmage, but we are doing what we can to keep the yellow and green community together.